Today we're speaking with Brian Hart. He's the founder and president of Flackable in Philadelphia. Hey Brian, how's it going?
Richard, thanks so much for having me.
I know that bootstrapping a PR agency from the ground up is certainly not without its challenges and bumps in the road. But what were the key ones that you encountered, and what lessons did you learn from it that kind of stuck with you?
Yeah, so when I launched Flackable, I didn't know how to run a business. It's so funny. The first question that I got from everybody when I started Flackable, and even to this day, aspiring entrepreneurs, they're like, how did you know how to start a business? I tell them I didn't. I had no idea how to start a business. I watched YouTube videos and Googled a lot of stuff. And called every business owner I knew to just soak up as much information from them as possible. But when I started this business, I made that decision within a week. I wasn't ready. I didn't do a whole lot of preparation. I was learning on the fly. In some ways it hurt me a little bit in the beginning. I took some bumps and bruises. In some ways it was the best way I could have approached it, because if I knew what I was getting myself into, I might have done things differently. So sometimes it's good to just jump in, dive in, rather than dipping your toes in the water. So that's what I did. I dove in. I call it jumping off the cliff. Once you jump, you're just flying. It comes to me looking for publicity. They come to me looking to translate, that level of credibility into real tangible business goals, like increasing their sales, boosting their recruiting efforts, which is a big deal right now for a lot of businesses, to help them with whatever M&A strategies they're pursuing at the time. Help them attract investors. The press alone rarely accomplishes that. There's got to be a full system in place to make sure you're maximizing that press and gearing it towards those end goals. So that's our solution. That was the aha moment. I was like, why is nobody focusing on this? To me, it was so obvious. Now, this goes back to the beginning of my career, because I did start off in a sales background. So, I naturally, when I look at press, I'm like, this is awesome. We need to leverage this. A lot of people don't think that way. So that's the philosophy. That's the drum that I have been banging for the past decade here. Another thing I'll say specifically to students is they need to understand that entry levels aren't so entry anymore, because that busy work that used to be there, a decade or so ago just doesn't exist. We have outsourced solutions and technology that takes care of all of that. My agency, I built a proprietary platform where we don't do any manual reporting. We have completely automated the reporting process. Whereas that would have typically fallen on entry-level employees, right, to put together those monthly reports. That's all automated now. We don't need somebody to do that. We need true professional communicators who can be client-facing and media-facing. So if you're a PR student right now, brush up on those soft skills, because again, that entry-level position is not so entry.